Hope you all are fine. Today we're going to talk about biomechanical analysis of the badminton smash. Before we start, I let you know about the badminton's history. Dating back to the ancient and Greek Egyptian times, it battles or commonly known as badminton. It was played between two players hitting a feather shuttlecock back and forth with the small rackets. Moving forward, today the game has only had minor adaptations. The sport is still played between the two or four players hitting a shuttlecock back and forth with the rackets, but instead over a net. Overall objective of the game is to strike the shuttle into the opponent's court, hitting the ground, ending the point. And we know about the biomechanics, that is, the science of movement of living body, including how muscles, bones, tendons, and ligaments work together to produce movement. During this high performance game, having a good technique is important. The easiest way of improving technique is breaking down the player's movement in biomechanics. By discussing the different biomechanical principles, a coach can highlight the specific points on their player can improve so that they can play with their high performance. The common way for a player is to win point during the game play is through the use of smash shot. This shot is played when a player is looking to finish the point during the gameplay. It can be played at any position on the court, but if played towards the back of the court, a jump usually added to create a more powerful smash behind the court, ensuring that a shuttle is hit in a downward trajectory. This gives a player advantage due to the opponent have a less time to react or move into an effective position to return the shuttle. A breakdown of the badminton smash consists of four important phases: approach, smash, follow through, and recovery. To state the steps of the approach phase, in forehand badminton smash, a player has to hold a racket with the correct grip. The forehand grip shows that a player has complete control over the racket. The forehand grip must have a V shape between the index finger and the thumb. The index finger must have a little curve as shown in this picture. The player should stand on the net with their non-dominant foot. Forward, all weight should be shifted to the back. A non-dominant foot will shift the player's line of gravity over the foot, loading up their power on their strongest leg. During this process, the non-racket hand should be raised to locate and point at the incoming shuttle. This provides a player with the assurance that there is line of gravity will not fall out of their base of support. The base of support causing them to maintain the control of their balance. It resulting in them on their feet is addition to moving themselves into a effective position to approach the shuttle. The player's racket arm should be rotating in the angular position, that is anti-clockwise of their shoulder, ready to meet the shuttle above just in front of them in preparation for the next movement phase. This smash takes place when contact is made between the racket and shuttlecock, also known as the point of the impulse. The player should drop their lead arm quickly to produce the torque. As they rotate the body around to the smash the shuttle with more power upon the point of impulse. The player must flick their wrist down to cause the shuttlecock to be here in a downward trajectory over the net, ultimate ending the point. Moving towards the third phase of the badminton smash is follow through. When a player follow through in their smash, they should continue swinging their racket through to the non-dominant hip as they shift their weight from the rear foot to the non-dominant foot. The player need to remember that They need to keep their line of gravity inside their base of support so that they can keep control over the balance as well as stability. So next is recovery phase, where the player return to the base and ready position. This position is situated in the middle of the side of the court, where the base of support is wide and slightly bent over to the lower center of gravity. To return back to this, the player need to take small steps on the ball of their feet so that if needed they can return the opponent's shot. So here are some biomechanical analysis are as follow. First, center of gravity. You have to have idea of center of gravity to understand badminton biomechanic principles. Center of gravity is the point in the body which is pivotal in balancing the entire body. At that point, your body will be in perfect balance without any need to change posture or rotate to keep it in a balance. Velocity. Velocity is the rate of change of position of an object. It is measured specifically with the speed and direction of movement. So next is lever. The third class lever is applied in badminton smash. In third class lever, the effort is between load and fulcrum. During a badminton smash, the player will use his bone and muscles in their arm as a lever. This means the humerus, radius, and ulna are essential bones used as a lever, and the biceps, triceps, and possibly deltoids are essential muscles to help with the movement. The Newton's law is used in this is third law, that is every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, which means that every force acted there is an equal reaction force acting in the opposite reaction. Again, this can be seen through the shuttlecock, as if a lot of force is acted on the shuttlecock, it will react and travel a further distance and direction in the force was applied. So here are some muscle involved in badminton smash: deltoid, sternum, pectoral, triceps, biceps, brachials, brachioradials, and in leg, quadriceps, calf muscle, and hamstring. And moving forward towards the base of support, there must be a proper spacing between the legs as shown in the picture. Both legs should be on the ground. If a player leg is not on the ground, it will be a fault and will not get a proper base of support. Projectile means where a object is thrown and in this shuttlecock make contact with the racket. It moves along a curved path under the force of gravity. Last but not the least point is drag force. In badminton, while the shuttlecock is in motion, it will continue to travel with the constant velocity. But because of air resistance, it creates a projectile motion and it will decelerate. The unbalanced force acting upon the shuttlecock is the racket which hits it in the opposite direction. So that's it for today. I hope you easily understand the basics term of biomechanical analysis. Thank you. Stay safe.